Okay, so we're going to be getting back into our transhumanist colony. For those who missed last stream, we did do our first reset in the Arco Nexus. We managed to get a breeding pair of Thrumbo before we did, so they were brought with us. So that's why we have a bunch of Thrumbo and the population still grows. We have started up the colony. These are the 5 people we brought over, of which Illicit NZ was expecting at the moment we brought them over, so we've got our first baby in the colony. But we did have some tragedies yesterday. We did have Darkstrider join the colony, and very short... Wait, yeah, did you die? Yeah, no. Darkstrider died. We had a really bad mech raid that I misplayed, and it cost Darkstrider their life, and then Alana Rama also got killed in that. Oh, and let's go ahead and get that music out of here and get RimWorld's music back in. We just went ahead and stopped the music in here long enough for while I was doing the Twitch recap on stream, so that we weren't listening to the intro music the whole time. But yeah, so we brought over everyone we could. For those who don't know how you killed Alana, I did not. A whole bunch of mechs. Actually, what happened was Alana was in the right place, got hit by an Inferno cannon off a Centipede, and went running like the opposite direction of everyone else. When they caught fire, and it was just kind of one of those things that I couldn't get her back in position, so she was running away from any cover, and just we tried our best to save her, but it did not work. Which has honestly been the worst loss we've had in the colony, because she was like MVP for holding it down in melee. I told you that was the opposite of what Eunuch wanted. Yeah. But in the meantime, we have moved here. We're still in the early setup. Like you see, we only have one of the bedrooms made. We haven't smoothed out any of this. I did get my kill box set up because our very first raid was already like 6 or 7 or 8 people. And in the meantime, I'm just trying to get as much as I can set up for the Thrumbo. To keep kibble coming in, that's the reason I accepted those pigs. And so they'll be our source of meat for kibble. But otherwise, I have just the 5 colonists and the baby who will eventually be a colonist. Technically, infants don't count one way or the other. We are still wiring up our power. We did get lucky, and there are 3 geothermal all inside this one little area, which is why we made the weird box all the way off to the right. But we'll get there. I don't even remember what injuries... Oh, yeah, Goobish was hurt because he went on a killing spree, and we shot him a bunch to slow him down so the person he was trying to kill could actually get away, because Goobish was faster than them. We are dealing with a decent amount of mood problems. We didn't have enough variety of recreation. We have introduced the telescope, luckily, so that's going to start getting better. We're still working on getting ourselves set up like a break room and all this, as well as getting our electricity online, so it is just kind of a pain point of getting all of this working. But yeah. Go ahead and mine that spot as well. And once we get the power online and in here, then we'll branch that over and get our freezer online. The big issue we're running into is Illicit NZ is trying their absolute best to get everything set up power-wise and all that. But they are our only mining/construction person, and they also just had a kid. So it's not been the most convenient for being productive. There's kids tend to be a little bit high maintenance. That said, Thrumbos. Alright, so go ahead and fast forward things. But the plan we have right now is this is our grow area for all the food we're gonna eat. And, stuff like Devil Strand and all that. This is just going to be a giant grow area of dandelions for the pigs to eat. These will be our first bedrooms. Freezer. Like, just kind of like the common you eat stuff recreation room. Production. Just quick storage for the time being. And then this will be our temple. We're kind of doing a compressed version of the design we did the other one. It's got like a weirdly like, if you attach the wings, it'd be sort of a butterfly. But the idea is I would put reliquaries in here for our artifacts. And we also did bring the life cube with us, which was one of our artifacts. We were only allowed to bring one with us, even though we had to. It's a drone. It does also look like a drone, yes. I don't get why they're not eating those meals. I checked. There's no Thrumbo in it. We got ahead of that being a thing. You want me to collect valuables? I don't actually want or need either of those things. I also have a spare assault rifle in here because I brought 5 weapons forgetting that Zidian was a pacifist, which works out because it means Evie Meister will get the assault rifle. We have already researched flak armor and all that. That's basically what I did. Is if you look at the research I gathered, I beelined to geothermal, and then this is a transhumanist one, so I did start with nutrient paste, electricity, and these 3 here. And a bunch of stuff way over here on the left. Oh, right. I made them that shape so they weren't boring rectangles. And I am working on researching the piano, just so we have another form of recreation, because that's proven to be a bit of a problem. Like, we look at our people under recreation, you can see what they're bored of, and they've been juggling the boredom on those. So I want to get one more in there just to help that out. Why are you eating all the pemmican? Like, I don't actually mind, it's just I don't really understand. It's made with potatoes, rice, and berries. Honestly, take the pemmican off the list. Because that'll also free up our cook to do other things. Alright. Oh, did we have a quest? We did have a quest. That's right. I need to send an away team. I forgot, we had a mech cluster show up. As I'm sitting here just going like, man, this thunderstorm is just really sticking around for a real long time. Yeah, because there's literally machine spirit thing. Actually sucks. Making sure it stays around forever. Okay. So that'll be the team that goes, because we'll keep Illicit NZ behind to keep doing construction. Zidian's a pacifist, and this should actually be perfectly fine for the stay behind team. Good, you're not bringing baby food. And the reason why that's perfectly fine for the... Oh, wait. I'm gonna want at least... Yeah, Scrooge is coming with us. Because that'll speed up the caravan, because it's a pack animal. Alright. I was like, we'll leave all the Thrumbos behind to hold the fort. I'm like, wait, I need a pack animal of some kind. And the pig population grows. Yeah, so it'll be half a day over, half a day back. Yeah, so that thunderstorm's gonna continue until I deal with that. Alright. Which would be good to get that out of the way, because you're noticing every time lightning strikes inside the perimeter, they stop to put out the fire even though it's raining. And I could take them off doing the fire, but I would worry I'd absolutely forget and go, my god, why are they letting the whole place burn down? Why is no one responding? and then realize it's just turned off as a priority because why would I ever do that otherwise? Alright, so I've almost got the geothermal area closed off. The power line is run. We already have the machinist table there. Transport pod crash. Alright, you are not my favorite pawn. We will rescue you. I don't really want you to join, though. Would I kick you out if you joined? Probably. Probably. I mean, I could potentially see... Oh, here. There we go. Why is it not letting me pin that? Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I probably wouldn't want them to stay... Why can't I pin that? There you go. Thank you. For some reason, I'm not getting the pin thing. I think Twitch updated something again. I have to fix my view. Alright. So the goal here... Do not piss off the mechs. Just sneaky sneak around back. Now, the last one we got really in trouble with was, okay, if I remember correctly, this is going to, EMP all of those when it goes, so we're going to need to run north and to the right to get off the tile. Oh, good, Strider, you're here exactly when you mean to be. But, you know, you're never late, you're always on time. But we had one of these, I'm like, man, there's only like 3 mini sluggers or right along the wall. This is super easy to avoid. And we opened the door, and inside the room with the thing was like, is something like 2 Inferno cannons and a Pulse one. I was just like, oh god. Like, it was fine because we were able to use the wall to defend ourselves, but it's definitely opened the door, went, wait a second, I don't want this. Alright, so now I go back around. And we're on our way back. You tried to tell me, Job, that, but they swear I'm late if I don't show up on my work at scheduled start time. Just walk up to your boss. A wizard is never late. They're exactly there when they mean to be. Or when they're supposed to be, or whatever the line is. And your boss is like, come on, man. Hey, Proger, how's it going? The robots are sweeping. Yep. Opens a wall, chucks in a flashbang. Well, it's very much like you open the wall and went, oh, friends. I was not expecting you. It's a pretty kill box with all the flowers? Absolutely. It's also very flammable, so when people start fights with fire, they get to play in the fire. And I stand back and shoot into the fire. I don't really have anything to trade you, so we're just gonna keep going. Oh, yeah. And when we were doing a reset yesterday, like, I was down to the last 20,000 wealth we needed or whatever. And we got a quest that was gonna give me like 24,000 wealth. And I had to babysit some prisoners and then do 2-3 like legitimately hard-looking fights just with the raw numbers of people involved. Yeah, so what actually ended up happening was we got the prisoners, and within 1 day they did a prison break. And it was something like 7 or 8 prisoners, and yeah, that didn't work out so well. Really? It's not my fault. Don't blame me for that crap. Alright, so caravan has arrived. Let's deal with some of these dangerous animals that are starting to build up. Since they're apparently going to be punished. For people being eaten on the map. Did, like, all of you hunt that one person? Because they weren't down from malnutrition. I'm guessing we were just running low on things that those animals could hunt, so they were just... When the one person showed up, they all went after it. No, just shoot it. Yeah, so we're dealing with all the bears and everything real fast. Before the mood breaks start really taking everyone down. E-I-E-I-O strums guitar. Intensifies.
Yay. I can hardly bear leave it.
Hey, such a cookie. Thank you for the 100 biddies. I can hardly bear leave it either. Who would have expected such a thing? Yeah, so they're all getting sleepy and hungry and mad and all that because I spent them too long hunting. Oh, don't do that. Extreme break risk on you. Because you're recreation deprived and tired. Okay. They're just waiting on the components there, which we've got a bunch to mine out of that wall. And I'll handle our components for right now. It's gonna be a long time till we can have fabrication. But thank you again so much for the biddies. I really do appreciate that support. Means a whole heck of a lot. Yeah, so you're already set to be Devil Strand. You just need to actually do it. Alright. And I keep wanting to, like, put the wall over here to prevent the spread of fire. But at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I don't want the person to stop and take the time to do that. Alright, and I don't care where, illicit focuses on mining anything. I need all the things, so it's all kind of, you know, either or whatever. Because we get the bedrooms up, I can keep converting this to be an actual, like, common room, whatever you want to call it. If you mine over here, we get our components to build the geothermal power. I'll put a new wall there. Are we about to get power online? There's no question this place is going to run almost exclusively on geothermal. With 3 geothermals right there, we could be pretty wasteful with our power and still be okay. Did you really take it down to like the last inch and then went, bedtime? So deconstruct those. So standing lamp for this room. And this room. Honestly, it's probably 2 standing lamps for this room. Let's go. Smooth surface. And mind that one block, because it'll need to be replaced because it's silver. Yeah, silver. So it won't let me run cable through it. Because little by little, we're going to get that all sorted out. We did already have our first infestation, which occurred in this room. It was just like a 1 hive one because it's very early in the round, but those are going to be a regular problem. And I didn't design this front area properly for infestations. The back area is correct, but we'll just have to deal with it. Okay. And we've got our lights on in there. The good news is you're what, like 15 construction? So yeah, at least you're very solid in your construction stuff. Alright, we got the last spot there done. Plug that up with a piece of slate to keep the storage room separate. I think eventually we'll make another like big round storage room. But I think this time I'm going to wait till we actually have the beacon. Because then with the beacon, I can make sure we've got set up the way we want it. Yeah, I won't do that right now, but down here somewhere I can put the shuttle area where I can't grow anything anyways. So that should work out pretty well. Alright. So right now we're mostly just waiting on Alyssa to be able to get all the things done. The other good news is because of how aggressively we're cutting those blocks and everything, Goobish is basically keeping all the chunks under control inside the base, which is pretty nice. Who's our cook again? Roger. Oh, so you're busy butchering. That's fine. Yeah, so now they're going to make kibble for a while, which will help knock down where I got way too much hay. So put that meat to use. That'll also help keep that from rotting too much. So I got a manhunter pack of polar bears. So I've got you here. Charge rifles up to the front. Assault rifle to the middle spot. And then Zidian's a pacifist, but we're keeping Zidian back here. And the reason we're doing that is Zidian controls the Thrumbo. Release the Thrumbo. I say Thrumbo, you're missing your objectives. Nicely done, team. So Goob took a hit from the bear. How bad they get you? Just some bruises. Yeah, they'll stay down. Cool. I like this design. This is similar to a design I saw someone else using. Like the pockets here is kind of my own touch. But I like the idea of this because what this is going to let me do is effectively have multiple sort of kill lanes here. Where you saw where the one ran up here and it was getting shot at from the sides and the front while only one person was being able to be meleeed at a time. I'm really liking this design because the idea behind it is actually, let's see if this works. Where are you? Let's see if I can make this work this time. It didn't work the other day when I went to do it. Which is... So, I'll have a pawn here. I'll have to display capture this. So we have a pawn here and here that then shoot down this lane. You have a pawn here and here, who then shoot down this lane. So where normally I wouldn't be able to do this because they would be in the same position, like horizontally if I just made a wall. I now have like every two, and you get the idea. We'd have here, do that. Same deal. And then they all get the better cover bonuses. Now, wherever melee shows up, you know, most likely they're going to try and go in this area. If I have a melee here, suddenly all of them can shoot at it, these two can shoot at it, and they can shoot at it. And because I have my melee pawn there, you know, it's tied up. And then just the same, you can shoot at this spot, you can shoot at that spot, without worrying about shooting each other. So that's all pretty cool stuff. But yeah, so I'm liking this design because the design I started this idea from, the whole thing about it, I'm gonna go ahead and do this again. The whole thing about it was more, you would have a ring that when an enemy walked in the middle, it was the correct distance for everyone to shoot it at the same time, which I still mostly have, but now I've given myself like multiple coverage on ourselves. I just realized I did the thing where I clicked on the pen first so you didn't see any of that. That's what I drew. So like the enemy would be here, you'd have the ring, and then it's just, they would get into the correct distance all at the same moment. That's where I got the idea starting from. But the double layering here, I really like this style of kill box. Because it requires so little, like, I'm only using this much here. We're only using this tiny bit of horizontal, horizontal for that. So we have an 11 wide kill box. And yeah, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shooters. Well, and actually, that's counting, yeah, So we're even counting the inside. I'm fitting more shooters into it than the width of the actual opening of the kill box, which usually isn't possible. But that's with this gap. That was my adaptation. I'm sure others have come up with the same style of kill box because I feel like it's one of those things that you do some experimenting and you go, oh, I could do fun things with this. Here, and let's just as a precaution say remove roof on that. Why would you go to... You have this whole place up here to mine. Why would you prioritize this? I'm not, like, angry about it or anything. I just don't really understand. So we're only seeing the light green. We're only worried if we see the dark green. The dark green's a bad time. The dark green means the roof is coming down on them. All right. I don't understand. It's not going to take them that long to get that taken apart anyways, so... Me taking the time to intervene would be wholly unnecessary. Oh, it's getting dark. I was like, why'd you suddenly sit down? Okay, cool. Yeah, so with that, I shouldn't have to worry about any cave-ins from there. You know, really, why didn't you go over here and mine this or this up here or any of that? Must have been something that drew your attention down there, and then you were closer to it. Yeah, then the other one I want to do here in a minute that we'll set up is... So, like, right now with the kill box, they pop in here, they go along this area. You know, and come here, and then this will block animals that can't go over barricades so they can get shot at. I'm gonna make it weave around. Like, you probably don't need to go that far, I probably only need to go this far. But that'll help make it so the pathing is longer, so I don't have to worry about some attack just sneaking through real fast. It's a shame. I don't think I can set up a Stream Deck button to like switch this over to display control, like to then click on that thing and bring it all over reliably. Because that'd be kind of cool to be able to do that, just be able to hit a button and be like, oh yeah, we're doing this. Alright, so now I want to go in here and say air conditioners. And we'll get that. We will need to smooth out more walls, so that's going to be another pain. So we will smooth out the wall going here, up there, and straight across. All right. So I've got the ACs built, which is the important one. I wanted to do that before we accidentally used up all our components nearby. A nearby settlement would like to purchase these items. 2 Thrumbo horn. So the problem here is, while I could facilitate that, Thrumbos are a venerated animal. I also don't really want to murder them outside of them, not, you know, like outside of whether or not they're venerated, because they're really good for combat. Now if we happen to lose some Thrumbo, you know, I'm negotiable. But you're basically telling me to kill my best defense for some standings. The advanced components at this stage of the game would be really nice. Yeah, well, that's the thing. They're haulers, they're caravan. The Thrumbos are kind of attached to, like, literally, yeah. Yeah, no, it's like, oh man, if we kill the Thrumbo, it's gonna really upset our people. Going for a walk, that's fine. We're just trying to get the power cable run over here for those freezers and that light. Zidian's trying their absolute best to keep up with all the plant stuff. It's not working out too well for them, but trying. Cool. Oh, you can't hit those because they're at the diagonal. Alright, that's fine. That was a slight waste of block, but it's fine. All right. You can put that block back. Tear down that one. We'll get that all sorted. We'll definitely want to get fabrication as early on as we can. I don't like when it's auto-saving and I accidentally move the mouse, it just whips the whole thing to one side. All right. Okay. Just want to run the power cable the whole way through in case I gotta add a light or something later. I probably won't, but you never know. Alright, so we're getting the freezer online. Just gonna let Alyssa and Z just carve that whole thing out, and then we'll start getting all the shelves in. Since we've got this placement set up, we know we're good there. Okay. It may be even a thing later where I put some paths out of like flagstone or whatever to help prevent the spread of blight and fire and help my pawns move a little bit faster. So like put a path across here, put a path down there, maybe then put a path along that side and that side. Frame it out a little bit. Alright, just get more shelves built. As the space clears out. Because storage is still proving to be a big pain point. Shoot frenzy, no problem. Okay, so we did train piano. Go and get drug production going so I can put the actual bench for that. Alright, so I believe the piano requires a smithy to make. Which, I'm not super excited about making a smithy because I rarely ever need it for hardly anything. But, you know, whatever. And I did choose this fueled smithy just because I'm going to use it like twice, and it's just going to sit there. So, why is it? You already broke a component. Growth moment on Eevee Meister. Becomes a tribesman. And your priorities are going to be to learn the things. Congratulations. And you haul. That's what you do. You will be restricted to the inside area. So zones, expand inside to include all of this. All right. Oh, and assignments. You will not do drugs. We do need to get a desk and all that set up for Eevee Meister to be able to do the to learn from other people. Right now we have the problem of just not having enough room set up. Okay, so you got that. So going to reinstall Goobish's room over there. Add a dresser. 2 end tables. I'm just gonna make it a thing that I do now where I just assume sooner or later they might want a crib or whatever. So just get that knocked out and that'll be fine. Are you like... You need components. Do we seriously not have more components? Said real fast, get these components out. And repair that before that becomes a horrible situation. Alright. It's bad luck to have that break that early. Copy settings. Link paste settings. Okay. You're currently replaying every Left 4 Dead 2 campaign in order. Nice. Left 4 Dead 2 is definitely a jam. It was interesting reading about the development of Left 4 Dead 2, where, like, they had very much thought it was going to be the PvP side of the game was going to be, like, everything for it. And then they kind of did, like, the single-player campaign. They pivoted to that later as a thing. And this is all before release. Because, like, the versus thing, they're like, oh yeah, people are just really not into this. Which is still fun, but it's definitely, the versus mode was just not like the main thing the game offered. Alright, so we are getting more of the bedroom set up. That's good. Make sure you're all set up correctly. Yes, you're important, and you're preferred. And important is higher than preferred. Alright. Drug production. Okay, so what are we doing next? Sterile materials would be a good one. Packaged meals would also be good. Because do the sterile materials for where we go to set up the hospital. My thought is we'd put the hospital back here somewhere. Which does put away from the main part of the base, but it puts it by the kill box. Okay. And then once we get the bedrooms and all that cleared up, we'll smooth out the walls here and all that, so I can put a light in each room so they don't get the darkness penalty. And then we'll start smoothing out floors and all that kind of stuff as well. Hello, entire map that is currently actively on fire. Didn't I restrict you to inside? Why are you able to go out there? Let's figure out what's going on here. I see. It's one little pocket right there. All right. And just, I think what I'm going to do is we're going to set Illicit NZ to actually like build the stuff after she stops mining for the day. Oh, she's set to clean. I mean, her first priority is to do all the stuff around learning. Because that's kind of the highest priority. But when she's not learning, she's set to clean and haul. I think you are right, though, that she should probably prioritize cleaning than hauling. Because the Thrumbos over time can do the haul. The whole row was fish, so I just wanted to put them down. Try and get all this food moved in here. Copy settings. Link and paste. Before they get more bricks tucked in here real quick. Alright, so I'm going to want you to mine out that compact machinery while you're in there. Let's see, so with this type of bases, how does infestation and all that work? You always afraid of those bugs? So if you click on the little house icon in the bottom right, you'll notice this dark green. Anywhere that's dark green is eligible for infestation unless the temperatures are either too extremely high or cold, which they have to be pretty extreme, so they're not going to happen likely on their own. Infestations usually aren't bad so long as you give yourself choke points. So you'll notice it's kind of hard to see because it's so dark at the moment. How I have this is 1 wide here, and that's 1 wide there, but 3 there. So if we were to look at this real fast, so let's pretend the infestation's over here. I mean, this is actually a poor example because it's not quite right. Let's pretend the infestation's there. I'd put my melee pawns here, and you'd have your ranged pawns back here. And so when the infestation comes, only 1 bug could be tied up in the door at a time, and the rest will pile in behind it, so that all the shots that miss have a chance of hitting stuff behind. I've had that work very well for me in the past. I think in all the time I've played RimWorld, I don't think I've had hardly any infestations ever kill my colony in here. I have had where, like, I'd have an ancient danger way down here that had an infestation into it, and I'd be like, oh, I could deal with that later. And then, you know, I forget about it. And then that has gotten me killed before. Because they can definitely escalate really badly if you leave them alone. But the big thing is to just get to the choke point, you know, that way let the fight kick off. And then while the fight's going on, you know, like pick out all the bugs and then just go in and clean up the hives as fast as you can. Oh yeah, no, it's just an event. It's like a raid where just you kind of just chill, and then eventually it's just like, oh no, bugs. But it's just, you have to have a tile like that available. There's other, like, if there's not, there's ways it could still happen, like if it's a pollution infestation or whatever. But, that's kind of a side thing. And we're filling that pocket back in there because I don't really want that spot. Okay, and that'll fill all that in. Cool. Yeah, the big thing's just to have choke points. That's easy. Like, it's the same with Manhunter packs as well. The #1 thing about Manhunter packs is to try and choke point them as best you can. That way, instead of being like 12 on 40, it's effectively 12 on 1 times 40. So you're just doing the 12 on 1 again and again and again until you accidentally blow holes in the wall. Which, you know, by then, hopefully you've knocked down like 15, 20 of them, so you've cut their numbers down to be far more manageable. Why are... I was gonna say, it's like, why aren't you building or mining any of these things? Masterwork shelf. Nice. Oh, I missed one. Okay, so we have a nice big old freezer. So copy settings, link, paste. Cool. So that means we got our freezer. It is fully assembled and all that. And so I should be able to move everything over in there. Ancient Danger. Really? So the Ancient Danger is literally where we were going to build our temple. Honestly, an Ancient Danger wouldn't probably be that big a deal for us to tackle, I don't think. It was just kind of one of those things that's like, but I didn't want to deal with an ancient danger right there. And the worst thing, it's going to cut into this room either. You really want to try the type base now? Yeah, no, a lot of people like the mountain bases. The downside is it does kind of screw up this room. Cool. Hey, Pirate, how's it going? And hey, Infinity Simplex. Alright, go ahead and research the next tier up. Okay, when they're rested, I think we just pop this Ancient Danger and be done with it. Shiro, brawler with bloodlust. I actually don't want this person, but I will rescue you anyways. Don't stay. You're not welcome. All right. Oh, here. Storage. Allow hay. Allow kibble. Allow pemmican. Allow baby food. That's fine. Alright. Everyone's just about ready. Oh, wait. I forgot to get you a weapon. There's an assault rifle in here somewhere. Pretty sure it was just normal quality. There it is. Alright. So, the plan's going to be straightforward. Draft everyone. You take point. Yeah, I'll be close enough. Put you and you there. You here. You there. Zidian will be chilling right around the corner, out of line of sight. And the reason we're doing that is Zidian controls the Thrumbo. So we're going to pop the door. And I'm just putting them so they have cover and all that. Oh, you can be there then. Alright. So. So we got a pikeman, we got some militars. Okay, we can work with this. So, first of all, drop everyone back. Please put them out. Oh, come on. All I need to do is not run down. Okay. I need you to get over here as fast as you can. Alright, are you bleeding anywhere bad? You are. You're bleeding really bad. You start taking care of that. Meanwhile, I assume you're going to come this way. Alright, that's fine. We're going to wait till the pikeman's not line of sight with the door. They're going to run up. Get in through Thrumbos. You get in on them. And then, meanwhile, you get in position. You get in position. Okay, I hate that we have all these bugs in our home now. Alright, we're going to reposition all our ranged people on this side now. Okay. So let's get you in position here. There are so many of them. What I'm trying to do is position them so I can tell my people to open fire and have the melee people ready to intercept. And I also want to avoid Soldier of the Ancients. Trying to avoid aggroing any more than I have to. Okay. Alright, we're almost all cleaned up. Alright, is that all of them? Cool. Alright, so the ancient danger's all settled. That's good news. We'll go ahead and allow everything in here. Let's see. Staggeringly ugly. You have a bunch of stuff in your inventory I don't care about. I'm not going to be able to equip that stuff even if you do go down. kind of hoping a bunch of you don't make it out of here. Not to the point of being willing to just outright murder you in cold blood. But I am not past the point of just letting what happens happens. And, you know, figuring that out. Alright, let's get you patched up. You're already tending. Cool. So deconstruct these sarcophagus. We could take the slate tables and we'll reinstall those. Here, we're just gonna go back here and go claim. Get them out of here. Get them out of here. Yeah, so we're patching up all our Thrumbos that took a bunch of hits during that fight. That is going to be the Thrumbo's lot in life, is to just meat shield all of our problems. I forgot almost everyone here is a doctor. Which works out pretty well. Yeah, so the ancient danger's dealt with. Like I said, it is a bummer that it's kind of messed up the design of this room. It also messed up the intention for the temple, and I can't move these. We can always take those apart and use them, though. Like, I don't envision using the cryo sleep with this current run. It's like part of me wants to actually like disassemble this and make it back into the design I wanted it to be, knowing that these would get destroyed. But you usually use these when you have diseases you can't handle or stuff like that. Or things get really desperate and people are starving, you can also shove them in there so they don't eat food for a season, but that shouldn't be a thing I run into very much this run. The deconstructed components? I believe so. I'm going to slowly convert it into what I want it to be. Actually, wait to take those up because I don't really know what I will need. The tables will keep. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to take apart the tables. We make our fancier, higher tech looking tables. Zidian said, it took me 8 tries, but I'm proud to announce I've completed the 30th day. Getting those 450 extra points. Nice. Congrats on your additional points. It has been a thing that's like, what's the word I want to use? Not inspired. It has been something that I've been really like kind of impressed going, oh man, like all these people with these high like watch streaks and all that kind of stuff. It's been really, really fun to just see kind of happening. That 30th day took you like 13 streams to hit when you were at 28. Yeah, and there's definitely something was not working how it's supposed to be. No, it's actually not giving me components, giving me uranium and steel. I'm still okay with it. I'm just going to convert this room to what I want it to be. Get that corpse out of here. Because I don't mind, like, weird-shaped rooms, but it's like, cut one of my rooms in half, and then the design there would be more annoying to try and work around than... And I think, like, you can put the reliquaries along the side here, but I kind of liked... I was already making a weird-shaped room. Alright. So it'd be here, here. And now I give it the correct shape. Disease plague on Zidian and Goobish. Alright, so what we're going to quickly do for just a temporary measure is Craven is not going to doctor. And the reason we're having Zidian not doctor, or not, sorry, Zidian can doctor. The reason we're having Craven or not doctor is they're still learning, and I don't want them to try and treat plague. Losing a really solid pawn because, you know, plague kicked in is not my favorite. Remove the floor from that tile because we'll smooth that out later. Okay. Yeah, I feel like I had moved those up here. So you're solidly winning. Where are you going? Oh, you're cheering them up? That's fine. You're both solidly winning for right now, so we can let it slide. Oh, in the meantime, we also got production. Drug lab. Let's go ahead and delete that. Wooden drug lab. Put that there. Furniture. Come on, man, I'm literally dealing with plague right now. It's not a good time for me. Alright, so you in front. You on this point. You on that point. You on this point. You on that point. And Zidian will just stay in the cover behind. Try and be fast about this so we can deal with it before plague becomes something's gonna do us in. Oh, is there a breach colony? Or a breach group? I didn't see that. Oh no, they couldn't reach anything of value, so they just chose to attack random walls. There, that'll fix that in the future. Good news, it'll take them a while to get through there. Man, you are not willing to give. I was about to say, it's like, how many of you are going to have to go down before you actually surrender? Alright, go back to bed. Yeah, so now we're going to have these doors open. That way they see a path directly back into the base where they'll be able to reach tables and chairs and all that, so they'll path through versus choosing random spots of wall to hit. That's why they were doing that. But the downside is then the pigs aren't going to stay where I need them to. They're going to go over here and probably eat my stuff. It's not my favorite. I wonder if I put a single tile of fence here. Because the pigs won't be able to cross over that, and I think the raiders will see it as something they can climb over. We'll see. The other alternative is I just deliberately put something in here that they'll want to attack. We can do that as well. Just go furniture. There's a chair. Have a good time. No, we're not going to do that. You're at 50%, you're at 56%. Yes, they're doing really well. So we should be okay with a bunch of that. There's a bunch of jade you can bring back. All right. And set that again. So yes, the production room's going real well. Just continuing to expand it more and more. I guess you should probably also go in here and say electric smelter. Get that built as well. How are we doing on our power, by the way? Plenty to spare. Yeah, I mean, they're over like 40% ahead, so they'll be fine. We can go ahead and put you back onto doctoring. Even if we get some bad doctoring from Craven Horde, they're still far enough ahead, they should be totally okay. I am noticing the Thrumbos seem to have a very high preference towards male offspring. We've had 3 offspring, and all 3 of them have been male. There, we'll say 1,000. And you can do packaged survival meals forever. And you could say lavish meals, do until you have $20. We could say fine meals, do until you have 20, and we'll get those all queued up. Alright. Person joins, don't care. If I can't see what the person is, you haven't told me what I'm getting. Alright, so that'll be another room. We're gonna get knocked out real fast. We'll have components in the wall there. We can get that from the other side when we go to expand the temple. In the meantime, alright, so now we can go to recreation. Billiard table. Which has been a long time coming. Oh, don't make it out of wood. Billiard table will make you out of slate as well. Because then I can get rid of the hoop stone thing. Because this will just be hands down better than that. We'll go after our relic. Alright, so base is coming along slowly but surely. Tell them to take apart this part of the wall so they can go in and start clearing all that. Okay. I'm trying to figure out the path. Because it did mess up my design I had been figuring out here. So it's supposed to be here. We're gonna redo the planning thing. So you're supposed to be 5 wide. Then you drop down to a 4 and then a 2. Okay. Floors. I'll leave it like that for the moment. Okay, and this is a faction that we were starting to be friends with, and then one of the people just walked on the tile and got mauled by a bear, and then they got mad at me for it. Which is kind of not fair. Alright, so take the knives and the clubs and the spear. Go and take the auto pistols. I'll keep that LMG. Take our worn out flak jackets and helmets and all that. There's another club for you. So we'll wait on the rest of this for just a moment. So accept that. Trade them again and go gift. How about a big old pile of drugs? It feels like what you want in your life. Hey, they like us a lot more now. Yeah, that was a them problem, absolutely. But it's RimWorld, they're like, no, they went to your base and they died, it's your fault. But it's like, but it's not. Okay, so we've got our billiard table, so with that, this can be deconstructed. Its services are no longer needed. And we're gonna go ahead. That'll be the door up there. Actually, you know what? I don't care about the ones back there. That wall I care about, but the ones back there we're gonna bury, so I don't care about it. Alright. Yeah, so we're definitely gonna need way more components and all that, which is no shocker. We got a bunch of components there we can mine out. We've got some down here we can mine out. I don't see any along that wall. Got steel over here we can tell them to mine. Let's queue it up to get out of the way. Nothing down on any of those we care about. There's components and steel back down here. Likely they won't prioritize that until they get most of the stuff done in here, but still. All right. There's a whole lot for Alyssa to clean up here. Plus, it's steel floor, so I would really like just to have the steel. All right. And we're just gonna fill in the wall until it's sorted. Hey, Server Lord, how's it going? Free steel? Yeah, it's not a whole lot of steel, but it is low effort steel, so. Like I said, I am just kind of filling this in because I do want to just make the shrine I had planned. I wasn't expecting to like literally dig directly into the ancient danger trying to do that. It's not a big deal, but it's still kind of like, hey, what was the point of planning if you're just gonna toss that in the way? Yeah, let's not worry about that yet. We can worry when we're lower on steel. We got steel over here I need to clear out. So that'll be as easy as do this spot, replace it with slate, do that spot, replace it with slate, do up to here, replace it with slate. You know, just kind of doing phases to keep the freezer enclosed the whole time. Speaking of which, zone. No roof. Slate. So they can't just straight up attack my my stuff down there. Yep, so it's under such an overheat. How many Thrumbos do we have? We're up to 5. Because we got a breeding pair, so we're just working on getting more of them. Let's see. They'll send 10 man-hunting huskies at us. I would honestly really rather you just gave me like standings. Like, I'm down to do this kind of a thing, but I don't need a uranium spear. The cataphract helmet's definitely not a bad one. The golden plasteel is not bad, but I don't really want the rank. Actually, not there. It's always good to have some shock lances as fallback. Yeah, I actually almost never use the shock lances. No real reason, I just don't often use them. Alright. You mostly use them on mech centipedes with the Inferno gun? Yeah. Go ahead and give them the medicine they want. I'm sitting on 175. You can have, like, a small pile of it. For raiders with flashbangs? You must be talking modded, because there's no flashbangs in the game? Or Doomsdays. Yeah, Doomsdays. Absolutely, like the Doomsdays, the triple rockets, those kind of things. Yeah, because 10-man hunting Huskies we should be able to do. Yeah, I mean, the Cataphract helmet's definitely not a bad choice. It'd be an upgrade equipment-wise. Alright. We keep hitting these, like, big nodes of ore. Work Frenzy Zidian. Cool. Okay. So they'll start showing up here in a minute. How many was it? 10? Yeah, I'm not too worried about 10. Considering the 5 Thrumbo. Like, Zidian with the 5 Thrumbo could easily take down the 10. Yeah, and our freezer's filling up fast. Okay, so there's the Manhunter pack. So same positions. Make sure you're all set up correctly. Yep. Send in the Thrumbo. Is Smart Thrumbo really effective? I actually don't know. But I'm not going to take the time to figure it out. Yeah, you do 3.44 damage versus the big ones do 6.34 damage. And 60, 40, 30 versus 64, 30. Yeah, so they're about half as much damage, but they still hold up pretty well. And then schedule, unrestrict. One of our Thrumbo has bad back. Strider must hug all the puppers. To be fair, the puppers are trying to hug in a way that we weren't really cool with. So someone's gonna take care of. There you go. I was gonna say someone's gonna take care of you, right? Revolving door of treating everyone. Husky meat and fur. Yep. Which will be made into kibble for the Thrumbos. So haul that and haul that. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Oh, stop it. There we go. I wonder what is the limit of how many Thrumbos I can keep tame individually. Who is the one taming? Zidian, who's also our main grower. Well, Pronger also grows, so I think that'll be okay. I wonder why they're not planting in that bottom strip. I don't really care too much. The Devil Strand have got more than enough. I also need to not to hold the Thrumbos back as much. I'm trying to keep it so Thrumbos engage around here, so that for the most part they won't be eligible for friendly fire. If they do run all the way up here, then we can friendly fire and will friendly fire them really badly. I wonder if people get mad at you for trading away venerated animals. We'll test that here. We'll get rid of probably like one of our adult male Thrumbos. Because we need to be careful that we don't balloon our wealth way too much with the Thrumbo population. And going with that. Alright, sorry about that. Forced landing. I mean, you're not a bad pawn. The extra construction person would be nice, as well as the crafting person. And this injury doesn't mean much since we're going to put more limbs in. I do want the standings, because we're actually in negative standings with the Empire. I think I'm going to go for the standings. We're still trying to set up our base for who we have. It's very easy to get greedy and start bringing more and more people in and then realize you can't actually support them. Alright. Rage should show up any second now. There it is. All melee. The big thing is I want to try to avoid shooting the people we're supposed to be here helping. Because weirdly, they always like to try and run in up front. Okay. Creepy breathing, T-Taller, and everyone else is dead. Okay, good enough for me. And now I'll take care of the bodies for me, so I don't need to clean those up. Yeah, see, so we had, like, all the injuries we're getting to our Thrumbo have been friendly fire there. No, that's fine, I don't really care about that. Cool. So I've got that. We can go ahead up here as well and dismantle that so I can go back to mining. How do we become a colonist? If you look at the very, very top, it says the queue has been opened. Type !join to join. You just type !join, and when we get a new colonist, we roll the dice to see who on that queue gets the name. Oh, here, you should still be inside because a lot of animals will try and eat you. But that said, this run, we're not getting colonists particularly fast. So it's only been like 1 or 2 people, you know, per stream kind of thing. For the most part, there's been some outliers. Does the queue start fresh with every stream? It starts fresh every stream. Mostly because I'd want people who keep tuning in to have much better odds of getting into the colony. Versus if it did persist, then, you know, we'd have a lot of people who joined the channel one time and, you know, joined the queue and then never came back would end up in the colony, which is not the end of the world or whatever. But, you know, you want to reward the regulars. Yeah, no, I agree. Less exciting when you know, you draw people who don't even watch. Like, they popped in, queued up, and then never came back. Alright, we'll do that later. I want to get this base online before we start worrying about all the other things. Yep, it was an ancient danger in the mountain. They do that. Like, you have a lot of mountain on your tile, because I'm guessing that what happens is you start it, and it says the ancient danger's there, and it just randomly chooses a place in the map. So if you have a lot of mountain area, there's a good chance it'll actually just be inside the mountain. Alright, so I've got this side room done. It always irritates me when it messes up my mining orders. Yeah, that was the whole thing, is I had this whole temple planned out, and then the Ancient Danger was just in the middle of the temple design, as well as overlapping this bedroom. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna move it. I don't need you getting that steel. I know I queued it up, but I really don't need you actually doing it. Like, I'm not gonna stop him, but it was one. It's like, this is more important. Okay. Okay, we got an infestation being triggered over there. Alright, so what we're going to do is drop you here. So everyone immediately drops back to the choke point. Looks like it's going to be a fairly small infestation. Just waiting for them to pop. The moment they appear, everyone should start opening fire. That's your first streamer. With 6K hours watched total on the platform. I consider myself a no-life person. Easy statistics. That is way more of those than I was expecting out of that. That is actually kind of scary. Oh good, the Thrumbo managed to shove itself in the doorway. Alright. Alright. The Thrumbos are just doing their job. Okay. And you're gonna stay dead? Yeah, you're gonna stay dead. Cool. And we have handled the infestation. Hey, Pangraru, how's it going? For those who don't know Pangraru, friend of the channel and all that good stuff, and played some Baldur's Gate 3 lately, as well as played some World of Horror and some Tin Can. Tin Can, interesting, looked kind of like... Pangraru says, Rual, you're my second most watched. 1,120 cents. Well, thank you. The Thrumbos are doing great. But yeah, now for those who haven't seen, they did the Twitch recap. We actually have a channel on the Discord for people who want to share, you know, all that information. It is available as well. It's up to you. Like, don't feel obligated if you're not comfortable, yada, 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 the typical. But for those who do want to, and you're welcome to discuss it here. I'm not trying to, like, deflect it away from chat. But if you did want to post it, did I see yours, Luxray? It depends on when you posted it. I saw a bunch of them. And then sometimes when your username doesn't line up with the, with what I'm used to seeing there. Can you post a link here? I have links disabled on the channel just in general. You would, you'd need to, like, if it's on the Discord, that's great. Yeah, not sure which one's yours. Mods can? They can. I assume the link is for your recap, though. I'd rather that just get posted on the Discord, because I don't want, like, everyone, you know, being like, well, we'll look at mine, like, on stream kind of thing. Just because that would very quickly get out of hand. You're top for me? Yep. I appreciate it. What was I just researching? Oh, I was researching the Better Tech Bench, which can't be moved once it's built. Why do I not see it? There you are. That'll be fine, because I can put the other thing there. You posted. Oh, you posted in general chat. That I probably did see it. Now I see donkey duffs. It's one of the things that's tricky is Discord compresses the names so that people can't whatever. But yeah, now I see it. But yeah, no, it's one of those things. What's the word I want to use? Not humbling. It's one of those things that has been interesting for me, just seeing like how many people's like, oh yeah, you're my most watched, and like how much and all that kind of stuff. It's all thing. But you posted 1,000 lines in Rual's chat. Me? What? No, I didn't. Oh wait, words on stream. Yeah. No, I got you, Luxray. It's one of those things I'll have to check. Like it's been fun seeing everyone posting like where you know, where it's like, oh, you're my first watch stream, or my second or third or whatever. It's just been kind of fun seeing all that. It's also fun where you look at the content that people watch, like as their other listed content, and then you very quickly realize like you're the one outlier so far as what they watch content wise. That's just been kind of fun to see as well. That like very clearly they seek out other games, but then they also enjoy the channel kind of thing. Which is always, you know, again, I don't know if humbling is the word I want to go with, but it's all in that general realm. Honering? I don't know that word. Sickly. You're not convincing me. You want me to go attack that place with 4 imps. No honoring. No. Oh, honoring. Ah, yes. Sorry. Yeah. Just got finished clipping the old man's toenails. Had to do some bobbing and weaving to avoid the flying toenails. Gross. Also understandable, but also gross. Like, it's a thing that needs to be done, but, you know. Alright, we can go ahead and just tear out all of that wall. Did you collect them and put them in a jar? Good currency for monsters. The one downside of this light being up here is it actually does glare on my screen a little bit. And most of the time that's not a big deal. But when I'm playing on something dark, it makes it even harder to see, because like right now I can see the reflection of the Twitch logo kind of thing. Alright, so we're gonna need to send an away team to deal with that. We can't do with that being around. So, Proninger, Gravenhorde, Goobish, that is you to deal with. And you'll bring Thrumbo 2 with you. Oh, it doesn't make a difference. That's fine, just go. You're not bringing the baby food, right? Okay, cool. Because they really do sometimes go, oh, we need a caravan, we're bringing the baby food, even though you have like all these lavish meals and everything. You're like, but why? Please stop. And we're keeping Illicit behind because Illicit's going to be dealing with all this, and Zidian stays behind because they can manage all the Thrumbo and the farm. Because this should be an operation we should be able to sneak in, knock out a wall, and destroy stuff. See, to be fair, your day was determining if some really, really expensive acoustic measuring equipment was salvageable. It was hit with facility water sprinklers. Yeah. It was a cartoon years ago that I used to watch. It was like over 25 years ago. I missed that. I don't know where to see those stats. So when you join the stream, there should be a purple bar on the bottom that says like this stuff is available. And you click on the purple bar, it'll take you to a page that then you can choose, like... What? Can you revisit the old tile after the Arco Nexus quest? No, so... If I go to any of the areas that were previously abandoned, they'd be up here somewhere. Like, they're up here somewhere. It doesn't matter. Once you've gone and abandoned a settlement at a tile or whatever, or another faction takes over the tile, then, you know, it just... It's basically, you can't go into it to, like, claim it or whatever. Oh, that's... Okay, it's not as bad as it looks. At first, it's like, oh no, that's terrible. I'm like, okay, but there's like walls blocking almost all of their line of sight. Okay. Just gonna mark for deconstruction, because now they've claimed it, it shouldn't trigger this. We need to not walk inside this place. So right on the edge of the proximity. It would be nice to go in here and try and destroy those to steal the unstable power core. If I brought EMPs, I'd be all about it. But in this case, it's probably just more danger than it's worth. Does the base exist? The old base exists on the map. It's just... You can't go back and, like, anytime you abandon a location, you cannot go back and resettle the abandoned location. Once it's abandoned, it's gone for good. Just yoink it. So sadly, you can't. You can't interact with it at all until all threats are destroyed. What's the thing that makes the smoke screens? Smoke launcher. Smoke grenade launcher. I don't have one here, though. This isn't my tile. This is, This is one of those things where they've created something off tile for me to deal with. Okay. Reform caravan. Go home, accept travel supplies, bring everything, items. Even though technically... Wait. Why are you letting me do that? Don't tell chat. It's between you and me that the game is like, yeah, the unstable power core, I know you can't reach it without dying, it's fine, take it with you. I don't understand, but I'm okay with that. Alright, so let's see here. So that's going to be 5 wide. Why did you give me so much money? I'm not upset, I'm just confused. Alright. You should probably leave the map. Alright. I guess I won't worry about it. Alright. Oh, that's insect jelly. Yeah, so that'll make those rooms. So that's 5. Why does that seem so much more off? So that's 5. That's 5. That's 5. That's 5. 3 by 7. What? Just get rid of the plans. I think I'm confusing myself with them. So I've got those set to be mined. I think, yeah. Another thing I wish was in vanilla is automatically setting mine chunks to be hauled. Yeah. They're bribing you so you could say they're at Cause Lair for a 3,000 mech invasion? Probably. Hey, at least they know to bribe me before asking me for ridiculous things. So they'll be more motivated to actually try and do those ridiculous things. Alright, so the next thing on the list... we will need biosculpting. No, wait, where's neural supercharge? Because I'll need that for my ideology relatively soon. Yeah, and that's fine. I think this wall is just... So I think what it's supposed to do is something like this. That might be right. Let's double check the... So you're 5. Yep, okay. I think that's the way we had it laid out. It's okay if not. Where the room's gonna be? This is gonna be our temple, and these are gonna be for reliquaries. So put the reliquaries in here. We only have one artifact that we brought with us because it's all it would let me bring. But we do have one of our artifacts here. So-called stuff, ideology stuff. We're definitely not a cult. We just ask you to disconnect all ties with, you know, the people you know and love and only worship what we tell you to. Definitely not a cult. It's more, we tell you to believe the same things we believe. Okay, so I am going to do a test. I'm going to sell 1 Thrumbo and just see if we take a mood penalty for it, because I don't actually know how that works. So I just want to do a test real fast. Just make sure we're getting rid of the male one. We are getting rid of the male one, because I have a bunch of males and only 1 female. I don't care about the jump pack seeds or any of this stuff right now.
Take a sip. What's the worst that could happen?
Okay. I'll take your glitter world and your advanced components and your components. And your plasteel. Okay, so if we look at our people now, I don't see any penalties for having sold a venerated animal. So, that does give me a thing we can do when we start getting too high of a population of Thrumbo. The Thrumbo population in the tile gets too high. We can trade them away as effectively currency, because we aren't taking a mood penalty for it on any of our characters. So that'll be good. I can release them to the wild as well, yes. But this means having the extra serves a purpose as well. Because I can't slaughter them. If I slaughter them because they're venerated, then that's a problem. Oh, hey. Get those all inside. Did you already bring the components in? You did. Awesome. Alright. Yeah, so we've got a lot of this sorted out here. I'm still waiting for them to mine that steel out. We want to get this over here sorted. Alright, so ideology. We're going to go ahead and say ideology. Where are you at? Go and put that there. Do that. Here, actually, turn that around. And basically getting all of our ideology stuff in place. Alright. Be back in a little. Lurk mode. Got to scan some documents and upload them to the multi-internet verse. Nice. It would be cool if there was different ways of having venerated animal. Like you could decide if they get mood buffs from eating meals. Whatever. Well, the idea with the venerated animals are considered sacred that usually you're seeing them as almost a higher being or whatever. So, like, where certain cultures won't eat certain animals because of that. I can't think of many cultures who venerate an animal and then eat them, kind of thing. Three's the Maid says, wow, I didn't know I spread my viewership around so much. Now, it would be interesting to have it so that there is, you could have, like, a preferred food option. So right now there's you can choose to have like meat as like your main thing or vegetable as your main thing, like go vegetarian or go basically just where you eat animals. I probably should take that, but I really just want to work on the base or cannibalism, right? But I could see it being interesting to have like a specific food item that they're into, like your culture's super into potatoes or super into whatever. All right. Oh yeah, no, it's just this button down here changes the layout of that. It says categorized. Vodka? There's no vodka in the game. Alright, I'm taking it. We waited to the absolute last second, but I'm taking it. Of course, you're a little bit of trek. Okay. So, we're gonna make a caravan. That sucks. It's actually a pretty decent hike. Okay, so the big negative about this one is just the fact that oh wait, we need people to go with. So we've got our melee. We're basically sending almost the whole crew. Alright. So we're going to try and make it go as fast as possible. Trade supplies. Don't bring baby food. Cool. Bring the packaged survival meals. Alright, where the heck am I going to be putting those unstable power cores? That's what I need to figure out. Because normally I like to put them as far up on the map edge as I can and seal them in the wall when I do a base like this, but that's where our temple is, so we need to go off to the side and like make an area up here for them or something like that. Because right now it's sitting in there is a major liability. I want to get this done, but then we're probably going to make a path up here, put the power cores like right against the edge of the map, wall them in and deal with it. Because they got a pretty big blast radius. That's the blast radius if they go. So even if I were to like tuck them up here, it'd be a problem. So I'd want to tuck them all the way over here on the side. It won't get through all of that with all the stone in the way, but that's part of why I'm thinking we'll go over there. Yeah, we might even do is we might do this. I'm gonna not. Okay, so that's right up to the edge. Caravan demand. Oh, it's actually a decent-sized group going to attack us. Refuse and fight. I'm actually surprised they're sending 4 people after us. That's not... I've never actually seen a group that big hit one of my caravans before. So they're all melee and they're all Neanderthals. Good job kiting, Thrumbos. Making me proud. Get in there. Travel supplies, grab your pemmican, thank you. Items, I'll take the beer as well. We're gonna leave the rest because we're just in a hurry. Alright. So what I was doing before I was so rudely interrupted is I haven't opened that up so they could start carving back there, but this is where we'll put our unstable power cores. Because what I'll do is I'll put them up there, seal the wall, that kind of thing. Alright, sorry about that. Didn't give myself enough time to eat lunch before stream. Well, dinner, I guess. The meal before stream, I mean. Alright, so you're fully healed and all that. Alright. I'd really like you to get there and get back before people start starving. Okay, another thing we can do is also set that for floor remove. Now we're not dealing with the urgent stuff. It'll only take Illicit a minute to tear that apart. Am I even still growing hay grass? I don't think I am. It's fine. When we start to get low on hay grass, I'll switch the queue up again. I am happy to see that things still seem to be going through here just fine, whereas the pigs can't go because I put that one piece of wooden fence in the way. Alright, smelt slag, do forever. Let's see, smelt apparel, do forever. If it is below 80% quality. Oh, wait. And it is not a utility. Smelt apparel, do forever. If it is tainted, oh, and smelt weapon, do forever. If it is bio-coated. Alright, so that way I at least get that. Oh, you don't have power hooked up. And then we can deconstruct that research bench. And then the smithy will make a piano. Alright, so bandit camp finally. Alright, so there are no turrets to speak of. We are going to probably want to just head straight in at it, not do a bunch of fancy maneuvers or anything like that. We should have a pretty distinct advantage on the weapons here. I don't want to shoot it, just... Alright. Okay, we can claim the doors. I don't actually care about finishing the job on him. We just want to reveal what's inside because we can't steal the goodies if we don't peek inside. It's a reformed caravan. Go back home, except we're not bringing them with us. We're taking their pemmican items. We've already grabbed the beer. And I don't care about their tainted clothes or bows or garbage like that, so we're going home. Alright, so we got that all sorted out. That'll get Illicit back so we can keep building our base and all that kind of good stuff. And it will bring our other Thrumbos back. Alright, and let's see here. Do this. And this so we can actually see if we have problems on those other platforms. Okay. So you got food poisoning because you ate insect jelly. Shame on you. I know I can disable it, but it's usually not that big of a concern. Alright. So I don't care about the farming or the hunting sites. Yeah, I'm not too worried about the complex either. They give us some research pods and all that, which can be useful, but that isn't a priority right now. The first thing is basically just get the base set up to be stable for who we have. You know, get people into their bedrooms, get the rec room actually set up properly. And then we can start queuing up stuff like smoothing out rooms or whatever to make it actually, you know, impressive and all that. All that's going to take time, though. This whole area is just becoming dandelions. But every day the pigs will wake up and they'll eat a couple rounds of dandelions and then they'll go back to sleep. All right. Yeah, because we'll also need the neural supercharge. I'm going to do just like we did with the other one, where I'm going to put the neural supercharges in each bedroom. As opposed to having them, like, just having one large dedicated hospital that just has all that stuff in it. And that might actually be interesting. If I could fit it somehow, put, like, the neural supercharge here. Then have, like, the bio pod or whatever over there. Alright, we'll see if we can actually manage to tame, you know, get ourselves a freebie Thrumbo. Alright, the caravan's home. I have a feeling it's going to be like Machine Shrine, you know, offended or whatever. Because the room won't be decorated and everything. Which if that is the case, that means I need to prioritize smoothing out the walls and floors and all that in here, which would not be my favorite thing to have to prioritize. But regardless, the colony seems pretty stable right now. We are having people who want the neural supercharge, which surprises no one. Who was our cook that we were running out of things that are cooked? Pronger. Alright, we need to make sure Pronger stays here. And how are we doing on our recreation stuff? So they're bored of nothing at this point. Because we got enough variety that they're not doing the same thing so much that they get tired of it. Secret structure investigation. We'll deal with that later. I want to get the base set up. There's no point in me getting my relics if I have nowhere to put them. Considering I already have a relic just sitting, I think that's it there. Just sitting on the shelf in our storage room because I have nowhere to put it. Yeah, so it's disrespected. So I need this to get sorted out. So we'll go ahead and choose floors, smooth surface. Start by queuing all that up. Don't worry about the side rooms till we get that mined out. So that's going to be there for a while, because it's going to take a while to smooth out all those floors. And we got another baby Thrumbo in the colony. Finally got another female. Alright, so bear with me for just a minute, chat. I need to use the restroom real quick, so I'm going to quickly do that. In the meantime, I'm going to step away, put up the away screen and all that. But thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be right back here in a minute. Okay, just clarifying. That mole rat came out of the dirt, shot into orbit, and then fell to its death. Could someone clip that? Alright, so it is 5 below now, and then continuing to go down. It should be flipping at some point, because it's 210.8 was the flip point. Oh, there we go. Steam is down to 5 kilograms. It's cooling down much more rapidly now. It's actually fluctuating wildly. The fanfare. The fanfare for sploosh. 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 That is a fun sticker placement. Oh, that's almost as upsetting, actually. I think we are doing the trap. Like, I don't have anywhere that needs power generation right now. Take that back, I do. Well, that's a game over. Alright, and we are back. Went ahead and also finished the last 2 taquitos I had for my dinner real fast. That would be less of an interruption, distraction, whatever you want to call it. Mark those as being hauled out. Alright, so the immediate priority is to get those 2 bedrooms hollowed out and to deal with the temple. Because they're going to be all whiny because of this until that's sorted. Meanwhile, we can go ahead and get rid of these 2 spots. Put that there. Ideology spot. Put that there. Cool. Alright, we're making our piano. Alright, we already have the tailoring bench set up. It's already got a bunch of stuff queued. I don't really have a bunch of stuff I want to make. Where's our... Alright, so that's one thing we should change, is shrink our cotton field down. I'm just getting way too much too fast. I think we'll actually... I can't fully cannibalize the cotton, because there's some of the stuff you make later that just the cloth is a required material for it kind of thing. So there's no really getting around it. We can worry about that when we get there. Alright, so you are now on to the point of actually trying to smooth this place out. Same with that room over there. Yeah, so I need to do that to deal with the machine shrine thing. Make piano. We have the piano of a good quality once we get people into these back rooms. But Alyssa's not going to work on that until this is smoothed out. I do have everyone at the priority 4 for mining. But they're not going to be able to work on that until like all the hauling and cleaning and all that's handled. Alright, so we have a trade. You want 30 kids' pants of normal quality. You're willing to give me a bunch of standings for it. Wait, how many was that? 30. Alright, here's the deal, buddy. Bills. Pants. Of normal quality. And for right now, don't worry about cutting brick. Because we'll see if we can't make it happen. Because that's a bunch of reputation for a bunch of pants, and I've got tons and tons of cloth. Alright, so we've got a small army of huskies. This time we're not going to wait. We're just going to have the Thrumbo set to just attack them immediately. This might be the time that... I was about to say, it's like, I need to back. I was like, oh, I'm already committed. Thrumbos, you are way late to this party. Thrumbos, what is your deal, man? Pick up the pace. Are you gonna... There you go. I was like, are you gonna do anything? You're just kind of watching. And now I have that sense of urgency you should have had the whole time. Okay, so how bad did everyone get hurt because of that? No permanent injuries, no permanent injuries, no permanent injuries. You lost a leg. So Craven lost one of their bionic legs. So you... Alright, you're already on that. Why will you not haul it? I don't want to deal with this right now. Okay. I need you all to get to bed and start patching each other up. Alright, Scrooge is already on it. You're tending to Zidian. You take care of Goobish. Well, the downside is I don't quite have prosthetics researched. I want to just beeline straight for bionics as best we can. So I can replace that leg with a bionic leg. I mean, I'm gonna have to put a peg leg on there in the meantime. The good news is no one died. People got thrashed real bad, but no one died. So unlink, link, storage, clear. Important. Weapons. No bio-coded. Alright. So that way we get this shelf to start being the weapons, so I don't have to go hunting for them all over the place. Alright. Everyone's patching up everyone. Goober can finally get back up. Go grab your Zeus hammer before I lose it and never can figure out where it is again. Alright. Oh, Bionic's even higher. Alright, so we can already make a prosthetic leg, so let's go ahead and queue that up. It's not ideal. We definitely want better than that, but it's what we got. Oh, I need to wait in that. Let's push for the 30 kids pants if possible. For the goodwill. Alright, because I don't have enough crafters for everything. And everyone's going to be shut down temporarily because literally all the adults got pretty badly mangled. That's, I really don't want to do this, but I need to. That's because this is too short. I mentioned I need to lengthen it, we just hadn't bothered yet. Did you not try and clean over the corpse where you could get lung rot because you're physically standing on a rotting corpse? Why did you go down again? Oh, you got stoned, that's fair. Alright. Oh, that reminds me. Zone stockpile, do this. And we will crank that tile off. Storage, clear. Critical. Corpses. Animal. Do not allow run. So that way they put those corpses in the freezer so they don't just rot out there. And then when you're done feeding them, go back and get your Zeus hammer. Alright. And you're almost recovered. I need you to be all better. It'll take a while so we can go back to crafting. We'll probably not get that quest done. Which is fine, but it would have been nice to get the extra supplies and whatnot. Mechanoid cluster. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and choose Manage Zones. New area, rename Danger. Because that looks like someone else's problem and not mine. Alright, so we go Zones, Danger. We'll just grab all the way like that. We're going to go here to Manage Zones, Invert, Schedule. And everyone's restricted to stay out of that area. So we'll activate, but it is mostly just guns and scythers. Oh, it's a mortar. I can't ignore it. Come on. And I don't have EMP or smoke grenades yet. And I don't have a thing where I can call for allies in either yet. We can get that going here in just a moment, though. Meanwhile, how big is your radius? We'll start with this. You are... Okay. 7 by 15. (11 by 13). It's not gonna get done anytime soon, but that'll be the next thing to deal with. Don't you trigger that earlier, right, buddy? I don't need that right now. And there's no cheeky thing where I could pop a unstable power core and blast the whole thing either. There's also no walls I can use for cover that'll be any good. Like, there's this down here, but that's not gonna be meaningful. That is straight up a terrible one. Like I said, I don't really have a choice, so I gotta face it, because if I don't do it, that mortar's just gonna plug away at me until it's over. You have 26 range? (31 range. And I know you're, like, way over that. 46 range. I don't think we could just pepper the mortar from way back there and knock it down without getting killed first, and just leave it alone after that. Because only 2 of them have that kind of range. I mean, I think ultimately what it is we just march all the Thrumbos up there, toss them into into the mix and just hope they survived the other side. Is the way I think this plays out. I'm just waiting for our people to be at least patched up. And Craven's one missing a leg. Well, it's safe to assume we are not doing the trade now. I would like to have done that. But we're only 2 in on it. And we're not even ready to start, and I have a fight I need to do. Nope, stop. You're not supposed to be having kids. I told you to stop it. I can't make you stop it, but I told you to stop it. That's fine. Not right now. In the meantime, while we wait for the others to heal, install peg leg left. There's no medical beds available. I'm sure you'll figure it out. You still have a lot of recovery to do because you got pretty badly mangled. All right. How are you almost killing someone with a torso stab trying to install a peg leg? Come on, man. You've also got 14 medical in a room with lighting and everything, and they're in a bed. Come on. Work with me here. So I gotta wait now for that injury to recover. What? Why did you eat kibble? Like, what is the deal? Why aren't you eating the actual food? They're eating the kibble, they're eating the pemmican. I shouldn't have to assign you to not eat the things that you hate. There, no kibble. Like, that's on you. There's a stack of 20 food in here somewhere. Or is it on one of the Thrumbo? No, it's not on Thrumbos. It's in there somewhere. That's what matters. There's even really good food in there as well. Now we're pushing on a mood break because they ate kibble. Alright, so you're still recovering. Yeah, so I honestly think the strategy here is mostly going to be approach from like just outside the perimeter as best we can get. Put my people behind like some rubble and just throw the Thrumbos in on it. And just hope it works out. I don't see a lot of other ways. Like, I could build a wall over here or whatever, but I can't really do a lot to maximize the use of it. I mean, Goobish will also try and grab attention as best we can. Man, that is rough. 4 mini sluggers, 2 auto charge shirts, and then they're also going to get some scythers. No cover. I have a bad feeling that's going to be what wipes this colony. Because I also can't ignore it just because of those mortars. At least we have combat command available. Getting close. Oh man, you... Not only did he fail the surgery, he actually put a really bad scar on Craven as well. So now Craven's torso, until we get like a heal mech serum or bio regeneration, has a permanent negative on it. Alright. That should be fine. By the time they're in position, we'll be ready. Alright, this is going to be an all-hands-on-deck kind of fight. Now he needs a torso replacement. He needs an existence replacement. Alright, get everyone down here. I actually have very low expectations of this. Alright, are the enemies in range? Okay, as long as the enemies are in range of everything. Alright. So Zidian. Send him in, friend. Oh, is Goobish gonna have to lead this charge because they're not technically considered a threat yet? I wish it could be like animals, go get them. And I'm sure there's a mod to do it because someone's always going to be like, there's a mod! That's fine. It's not the base game. It doesn't do me any good. Alright. Oh, you can't reach everyone from that spot. Here, you move over there. Because then everyone should be in range of the combat command. Alright. I'm not feeling great about this, but combat initiated. Fire at will. You know, it doesn't work anything. Alright, you did your job, Goobish. Never mind. Oh, weird. You got explode on it, didn't do any extra damage. I actually need you back here so they keep getting the bonus. Poor Thrumbos. Alright. So Team Thrumbo's done its job. Goobish, you've done your job. We'll send... You're a doctor, and you can do medical. You go back. You two... deal with the thing before it spits out more Scythers. Oh, schedule. Unrestrict, unrestrict. Animals, unrestrict. Now back away from that. So that didn't go nearly as badly as I thought it would. The Thrumbos are definitely the ones who took the abuse. Like, really took the abuse. Because they must have tanked the explosion of like 8 or 9 turrets by the time they were done. Get to tending things. Alright. Hey Spencer, how's it going? Thank you, Thrumbos. Your sacrifices will be appreciated. So, should you get in contact with Topoka City? You think you can have them whip up a clone after all? What? You're doing that thing where you say stuff that has nothing to do with anything, so everyone just scratches their head and goes, okay. You may have context in your head, but the rest of us do not. Alright. So all things considered, that definitely could have gone way worse. Meanwhile, let's get that bionic leg on the agenda. Or not bionic, prosthetic. I wish it was a bionic leg. And how goes the animals? So the pigs are still continuing to increase their population. We are having a lot of stuff just decimated here. That's okay. I've still got way more food than I have any idea what to do with, but that's not a big deal. As over time, our population will grow, and then it'll become a problem someday. Alright, what are you up to? So you're still working at the kill box, which, you know, fair enough. That's important. Cool, Strider. Like, literally you're saying stuff that's nothing to do with literally anything, so all you can do is scratch your head and be like, what? Alright, so we're working on that prosthetic leg for a Craven. And then community, that's all. I get it. I understand. Just it just creates confusion when just random things get said for no reason. Alright. You're holding a bowl, eating a pie, and the fork went through the bowl and almost stabbed you. That's no fun. I still think one of the funniest things I've seen in regards to that kind of thing is me and a couple of coworkers had, like, at the time had gone out as a group to grab lunch. And let me get okay, I wanted to make sure I got that assigned to the left leg. But the one went and the top of his cup was coming off, and so he went to like grab the to place his hand on top of the cup to like hold it in place when he saw it was coming off. And he went, he smacked it, and just, like, impaled the straw right through the bottom of the cup. And then just, proceeded to dump the entire contents of his cup onto his lap. But it was just, trying to avoid it, like, splash, he just went, bop. It just blew the whole bottom of the cup out. Yeah, I haven't done that one, but I've borne witness to it. I've done plenty of other things. Like, I've done the thing where you go to grab a cup that has a lid on it, but the lid's not quite right, and so you end up squishing the cup and just, gushing the drink right out the top. I've done that one before. And you're just kind of sitting there with, like, half your drink gone, just going... Because we're thinking you're holding, it just kind of goes, and then suddenly beverage everywhere. All right, so we've almost got this finished off, which will make it so we won't have that husky problem again that cost us one of our legs. All right, so we've got that. What do I want to put next on the list? Biosculpting is going to be too far down the road. I can just beeline... I'm going to beeline for fabrication. It's probably a mistake, but I'm going to beeline for fabrication right away. And get our source of components sorted out. The other thing I want to do is that'll also let me get the the bionic limbs so that we could start replacing that stuff. Did you actually get your limb in? Cool. So you do have a prosthetic leg now, which is definitely not a win, but it's better than no leg. Overall, how's your speed? It should be less than normal? Yeah, so just the tiniest step below the normal amount. Oh, actually, you still have anesthetic. So yeah, you might actually be slightly over the normal moving speed when the anesthetic wears off. Because the bionic leg gives you a bonus and the prosthetic leg gives you a penalty. So between the two of them, I think that'll be about a wash. Yep, the bionic heart also helps as well. Welcome back, Serverlord. Yeah, no, I think it will be higher than normal once the anesthetic wears off. I forgot about the fact that they're still under anesthetic. Okay, so all I have to do is put those last couple pillars in. And that'll be good. Let's delete the rice field. Because rice is way more labor intensive in this game, because you get very little nutrition, so you just have to keep growing it and growing it and growing it and growing it to get anything out of it. We'll switch that to corn because that's the least labor intensive, because you put it in and it takes forever to grow, but it gives you the most nutrition. So it's good for set and forget it. The only danger is if you have like winters and all that wipe out your crops. Corn can be hard to do. Just like you on Friday, that was a complete wash. Well, I'm glad to hear it. It's good to be bathed and hygienic and all that. Get that do forever. Oh. Set that to do forever as well. Oh, actually, nope. 10. That one's set to do forever as well. Keep processing all the materials in the title. Sometimes you get a big headache the next morning. That's interesting. When the bull got stabbed, you're trying to break the pie crust. The crust didn't break, but the bull did. Yeah, no, I've broken a plate before with something like that, where you're trying to like get through something, you just kind of hit the glass right, that it cracks the glass and that just comes apart. And it wasn't even like a little one too, it was like a really thick plate. It's a plate that we had since, you know, I was a kid and everything. Then when I moved out, my parents were like, hey, you could take this set with you. They were plates my parents, you know, my parents bought because, you know, they had 3 kids who they were sure were going to destroy some stuff, so they got some pretty durable plates to try and get them to last as long as possible. Alright, so you're done with that. There, you're finally back to smoothing stuff. How long till you age up? Ooh. Oh no, you have a little while. Yeah, so Eevee, Meister. So it's 7 is the next threshold. Actually, you don't have as much time as I'm thinking. You're definitely not as far along in learning as I'd like you to be. Can Thrumbos eat hay? I believe so, yes. If not, I've been turning the hay into kibble. So as we get meat, it's pretty much almost all becoming kibble. Which that's going to accelerate more and more as our pig population builds up. Strider, I have no idea what you're saying. Alright. Slowly but surely, getting that all cleaned up. It's gonna take a while. So everyone's still got that penalty. They're gonna have it for a little while. There's just nothing they can really do to deal with it. I think disrespected penalty is not necessarily as bad as the not having it penalty. What are you doing? You're relaxing socially. Okay. Is that going to be prison cells in the top right? No, that's how I'm going to put the unstable power cores. Usually for my prison cells, I literally just use... I just use just any other room kind of thing. I don't make special setups. Alright, so I won't plan for it right now. As in, I won't, like, commit to starting it. Of course. But we will do... is get the design sorted out. So I need my next batch of rooms. We're good to go. Alright. So yeah, so you'll notice I didn't open the one spot to get that wing, but I basically planned out the next wing of rooms when I need it. I'm really hoping that we get some useful skills on Eevee Meister pretty soon. Like mining would be good, construction would be good. I can work with growing would be fine, cooking would be fine. Research would be good. Like literally because I have so many pawns that are like jacks of all trades, almost anything Eevee Meister goes into will help. Because, like, handling means I can eventually have them kind of fill in for Zidian, which frees Zidian up. Cooking, same deal. Construction, same deal. I think mining and construction might be the ones that would be the most helpful, though. But just the same, if we got the research, then that could free up Craven to help with that. Alright. Alright. Yeah, what we could do next is wiggle it up there and bring it back around if we gotta make it longer and all that. Yeah, it's making pretty good progress on smoothing that all out. That's 5. Get those 2 tiles there set. Still need to dig back in here. Still need to dig back in there. Still need to dig over there. Why are you cleaning when you still have learning to do? You're set to full recreation forever. Oh, it's probably they want to do nature running and all that because I've restricted them to not run outside the defensive area. They're just not doing it. That is unfortunate. Because learning is boring? No, not really. Learning itself is not boring. Some of the approaches that learning takes, like in school and all that, that is boring. But the actual function of learning with it itself isn't necessarily boring. Because like when you play games and you figure out mechanics, congratulations, you're learning the mechanics. It's just when someone says you need to learn the difference between an adjective and an adverb, here's a homework assignment. Needless to say, people don't really have much fun with that for some reason. Who would have thunk? Like, honestly, that's one of the biggest problems with, you know, assignment-based learning and all that. Is you make learning boring and you punish people for not learning well enough. So then people just don't want, like, it makes them hate school kind of thing. You've successfully trained them to hate learning. Can't imagine why that could be boring. Sarcasm. I know, right? We keep having babies show up in this colony, and we don't need them right now. I need to get everything stabilized before we get more people in here. I'm still trying to set up my initial bedrooms. Oh, I just realized there should be a towel there and there. Was the only class you ever really had fun was your senior year of English class? There were lots of individual classes that I enjoyed start to finish. There was also definitely classes that I couldn't get, couldn't get out fast enough. We're not cannibals, Strider. Plus, that would be awful and inhumane and ridiculous. Get this, homework's original purpose is a punishment? Uh-huh. And then people were like, do more of that. You're like, huh, this isn't going well. Yep, no, if you got yourself in trouble back in the old days where they'd put like the dunce hat up on your head or make you put your nose to the board or whatever, you'd be told you had to go home and do a thing. Ida doesn't know that? What does that have to do with being inhumane to children? Strider, you're just talking nonsense now. The only way you got homework done was if I had to study, say all our extra time at lunch to do it. Yeah, I would get my homework done, but there was a lot of times that it was very difficult to do. Which, you know, as an adult, like, you know, having been diagnosed with ADHD as an adult, it's like, oh, right. I get why it was so hard for me to focus on things I didn't want to do. Just ADHD things. But, you know, I didn't know that. Like, I kept being told, like, you need to apply yourself. You need to focus better. You know, yada yada, blame, blame, blame. It's like, oh, right. I understand my brain doesn't work the same way as so many other people. And there are ways to get it so you can get it done. It's just you had to figure out how to, like, not trick your brain, to like finagle your brain into that stuff. Like, that's one of the reasons why there's what's known as the Pomodoro method. For those who don't know what the Pomodoro method, and the amount of times can go back different ways, is that you basically do something you want to do for like 10, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, some period of time, and then you do what you need to be doing for some period of time, and you bounce back and forth. And what you're doing by doing that is you jump in, you do the thing you want, you get that little bit of dopamine, and then you quickly switch to the assignment or whatever the thing that you should be doing. And so while you still have that dopamine, you're able to like work through, and then as that starts to wane off, you back off and you get yourself like more of the motivation to go, which is easier said than done. It doesn't always work, but it's much better than trying to just ram through it. Like, I remember struggling in college, which I did get through, but like literally having a room that it took everything out of it. No computer, no nothing. There was a chair, there was a table, and my homework. Nothing else.
Thank you, Immortal Rose 211, for subscribing for 6 months.
Thank you, Immortal Rose, for the Prime Gaming sub. You had subbed the channel for half a year, 6 months, so I really do appreciate that continued support. It does mean a whole heck of a lot. And thank you so much for that continued support. I hope you're enjoying your advertisement-free viewing, as well as access to the emotes. But yeah, so it's like literally no radio, no television, no computer, no nothing. Just table, table, a light, your homework, and the book to do your homework. There was nothing for me to read. I would even take like my phone I would put in the other room, and I would stare at that for hours, just being like, come on, brain, you know how to do this. I know you know how to do this. We just need to go. And there wasn't enough like ham-fisting to just make that go. Like, I would have to do so. Like, I would eventually be like, I've been trying to do this for 4 or 5 hours, and I'm just angry now because I just cannot make it happen. And so then I'd turn around, get frustrated, and, read a book or whatever, and then be like, okay, let's try again. And then I'd be able to jump into it. And it was that exact thing. Like, I was unintentionally, I was working against my brain on the first thing, but after I'd done something I wanted to do and then quickly switched over to what I needed to do, I was able to get my footing on that just because, my brain was still in the mode of, I wanted to do the thing. Yeah. You couldn't do that. Trying to force myself to work and study like that is basically torture. Oh, it was terrible. But it was one of those things that it was a class that had a really rough instructor, and I don't mean rough and they were difficult but fair. They were just a terrible instructor. But it was a required course for my major, and they were going to be discontinuing my major. Like, I literally could not miss a single course. If I did, that was it. Like, I would have to switch majors because my old one wouldn't be offered anymore, and it would have been like a full year plus setback. So I was like, no, I have to do this. And so I was trying everything I could to just muscle my way through. I did make it, but part of that was figuring out other ways of dealing with things. Which, again, I didn't know I had ADHD at the time. I just wasn't informed. I was, ignorant to a lot of the stuff around there. But I had stumbled into things that tend to work with people who do have ADHD by just trying everything, being like, okay, for people who are struggling to focus, what do you do? Like, you know, and falling into stuff like the Pomodoro method. I used to actually have, it was like a little timer. I think it'd be like 15 minutes of the work, 5 minutes of fun, bounce back and forth, or is there 5 or 10 minutes? I don't remember exactly. And that it wasn't perfect. There's definitely times you get too absorbed in the fun, which is why you need that timer to be like, you know, bell ring. It's like, nope, it's time. It's time to get back to your work. Because you can get too absorbed otherwise. But doing that work, trying to just force my way through it was it was just completely a waste of time, frustrating, and didn't do any good for anyone. But like, I used to beat myself up over it too, because I'm like, I know how to do this. Like, this thing I'm struggling with, I know how to do this. There's no question about, oh, that's not supposed to be there. Which is the worst part. It's like, you know you can do something, but you just can't get to the doing part. But I say the other court, yeah, no, it's looking at it's like, wait a second, something's not right with this court. It's, like, it's being hard to notice because you haven't mined that side out. More Thrumbos. What is our creature wealth up to? So our creature wealth is almost equivalent to our item wealth. It's almost a match, with our building wealth being like a fifth. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, being like a third to a fifth of the amount. Because Thrumbos are heckin' expensive. They're like 4,000, you know, if it's a healthy Thrumbo adult. Alright. And it won't be anytime soon at all, but we're going to go ahead and choose to build a Jade Reliquary there. It's not going to happen anytime soon, but eventually we'll just get enough Jade from raids and all that. That'll be like, oh, it's time. It's time to build our Reliquary. I'm also just letting Goobage just turn loose, like cutting all those blocks, because, you know, it's pulling them all off the map kind of thing. It's getting them out of this back area. Why are you eating the thing that takes the longest to grow? Why is this the thing you're doing, Thrumbos? Stop it. Thrumbos. Look, I don't want to tell you you're not allowed in the fields because you're hauling my stuff back, but I will. Alright, so 50, 50, 50, that's fine. That's what you hate about big animals. They never go for one plant. They eat like 4 or 5 at a time. I wouldn't mind that if they're doing it over here on plants that grow faster. Even like the potatoes, I'd be fine. But Devil Strand takes an eternity to grow. So it's like, could you not do the thing you're doing? How are we doing our colony wealth? Man, our colony wealth is going up so fast. Like, very genuinely, Who do I need to be allied with yet? We don't know yet. Yeah, what'll happen is I believe this will update at some point, being like, you need to ally with whomever to get the next map part. Also, don't start that room either. Either work on the bedrooms or work at the temple, nothing else. Once those are done, then we can, you know, open up probably the area to the power cores and this as the next projects. Because I also want to smooth out the wall and get some lights running there so I can actually see what's happening. All right. Wait. Just one chunk after another. But, like, there's nothing for them to do there. There's nothing for them to do here. The art is on Craven Horde because they're the only one who does art, but we can actually cancel that. You probably never will get that art done. Alright, so you're starting to smooth out the walls. And I'm trying to avoid the temptation of being like, no, smooth out these walls so you put all the lights in here. It's like, no, those will be nice, but right now that's not important. I need to mine the rest of these pockets out here, mine that out, mine this out. Because I don't want to seal all that steel back there if I don't have to. We don't care about the Royal Tribute Collector at all. Oh, right, I have the power line. I'm smoothing out the wall to run the power line over to the comms thing. That's fine. No, I still don't have the bedrooms for you to keep you happy, friend. We're gonna go back to just having people tied up, taking care of babies again. And I don't have a bedroom for them even, like, started. Not unless we get another couple in here. Just saying. If any of you wanted to hook up... Actually, I don't think they can. I'm pretty sure... You know what, now I look at this? Other than Goobish, these three are siblings. And those are the parents. The Goobish here is the only one who's... And they're all women. Which means none of them can pair up right now. Just because game mechanics. They actually have a trait that decides if they're, you know, they're into the same gender and all that. Of which none of them have it. Alright, so research... Hospital bed, and we will go to multi-analyzer and shove that down there. I don't think we have the supplies to build the multi-analyzer. But if we do, that'd be nice, because that'd let me train bionics. Well, actually, even more importantly, that'd let me make the fabrication table. If I can make the fabrication table, that means I have a source of components. What do you know? I just happen to have enough components for that. I know I told you hospital bed, but no, you're not doing that. You're going straight to fabrication. Because it'll put the fabrication bench here. All right. And when they finish smoothing that out, they'll be done with construction tasks. When they're done with construction tasks, they'll have no choice but to go back to mining. Which I've disconnected everything but that pocket there, this little spot here, and that spot. I mean, technically that's also available down there, but... And those way down there, but I don't... They usually go to the nearest thing of that task. Because it'd be nice once we get these beds out of here, because I've got a piano built here to go in this room. Which will be another form of recreation to help us out. I'd probably put the piano in this corner. And then we would make the, honestly, you know what? Move that over there. Then I can put the actual table here. So I could have, you know, no more eat without table but penalty. And also, when I get him out of this room, we'll stop having sleep disturbed penalty as well. Compensated fighting. No. Like, I'm really trying to focus on getting the base set up versus all these random fights. Oh wow, like we have a whole bunch of relations here. Cool. How long will it be? The one I said I wasn't going to do. Compensated fighting. How long will it take you to attack? Oh, 4 days. I was like, if it's going to be like right away, you wanna talk about doing that fight right now? Because they're going to sit right outside my kill box. That is the perfect place when I want someone else to fight my enemies. Hey, Chris, how's it going? Take the insect meat. We'll probably never eat it. Take a bunch of these random animal fur scraps. Of course, you don't have components or anything I want there. You can do that thing where you're gonna offer me like nothing I want. Okay. Alright, gifts time. Okay, buddies. Let's go ahead and say, have a bunch of random cloth that I don't want. Have 150 medicine. Have a mountain of Saiti, some smoke leaf. Have a big pile of dye. You're going to be forced to take a bunch of random other junk. I just don't want to have my colony anymore. To clear out my storage a little bit. How about a giant mountain of wood to get that out of my storage? So we can go more than that. Suddenly allies. When you got too much junk in your storage room and you're like, look, man, I just don't want it. Ah, there's space in there again, chat. We could breathe again. And all of that didn't add any more crafting stuff you even had to worry about. Oop, I hear mining. Don't worry about that. Go mine up here. Because if you mine that out, I can go ahead and make another bedroom. That's fine. So reinstall this bed. And then the side tables, and then this. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know who we need to be friends with. Yeah, everyone loves free garbage. Well, I mean, I also gave them a lot. Like, the funny thing is, in reality, we gave them so much their caravan wouldn't have been able to leave with it. But, you know, they don't really leave. They just walk out the tile and then vanish from existence. RimWorld has no object permanence for people when they leave the tile. So far as them being a caravan or whatever, like the characters will come back. Like you'll see repeats. But they just kind of stop existing when they aren't immediately relevant. So move that bed real quick. Because now we can pop in here real fast. Go furniture, chair. Right, so not rare thrombos. What do we ever do with them? I didn't need to know that, Strider. I mean, sorry things aren't great there, but there. So we got like a big table set in the middle of the room. Hey, Bentley, how's it going? Alright, so we've got that bedroom pretty much set up for the time being. So we got 2 more bedrooms to set up, and then we'll be solid there. You got your power line already run. Already good over there? Yeah, that's all good. We can get that power line run. So refuel the fire so we can do our likely to have terrible results thing. Machine fair. Do your best, everybody. Zidian not even getting up for it. Unforgettable. Excellent. And we can reform our ideology thanks to it. I had low expectations, and they were very much exceeded. So let's go to next. Alright, what do I want to make my major change? So, I could switch this over to insects loved, because they're probably going to be killing a bunch of insects on here. So that'll be my one change in this one. I probably should have done something with, like, making another ritual or whatever. But it's fine. Cool, so we can actually use the comms panel now, so that's lovely. Evie Meister needs... You're at learning 0. I don't really understand why you're not you're not spending any time learning at all. I really, really need you to, why are you not... Your entire schedule is nothing but recreation. If I turn that off, are you gonna, like, run out and immediately... So you're radio talking, that's fine. Get that learning. Do you have school desk? No, we're still making room for it. But they have many, many different ways they learn. If you put your thing here... Yeah, so the current desire is radio talking. Okay. So that is the issue, is they want to talk on the radio and they want to talk to other people. And without the desk, they can't talk to other people. And that's, again, because poor Illicit is trying to cover all of the construction and mining for the entire colony by themselves. And it has been a struggle. Because the desk and that's going to go down here once I have one of these 2 rooms cleared out so I can move the bed. It's not a cult. There's no cult here. Get some lights in these bottom rooms. Because that'll take, like, very little effort to actually set up. Alright, chat. We are getting to the point, though, of it is time for the vote to see what we're doing for the rest of the stream. So bear with me, because what I'm going to go ahead and do is on the YouTube side, for those checking out YouTube, I am going to be stopping the YouTube side of stream, because we are most likely going to be switching game categories, and YouTube doesn't let me do that. That is one of the reasons why, you know, TikTok and Twitch, we just keep going. YouTube is the one who's difficult. Alright, well, I will go ahead and get the YouTube stuff out of there. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that stuff if you're on YouTube. Alright, and they are gone. What are the choices? I'm getting ready to